Chapter 55. I keep count of the days by the meals they give us: oats and tebid, water for breakfast, soups from packets for lunch, sandwiches with a slice of cheese for dinner, sometimes a piece of old fruit, but then I lose track of the meals that repeat every day until I don't know how long I've been here. Some of the boys strive to steal food from others. I give Nana some of my food. Do you know how long you've been here? I ask him one day. I know he's been here longer than I have, but he shakes his head as his begins to crawl with a familiar itch. We stay in our filthy clothes, we sleep on filthy floors, we breathe rotting air, but we are the ones rotting. We are like forgotten overripe fruit, left to soften and mold and leak, left to crust over and turn for nothing. If they could, if I think they would just throw us out in plastic bags. At night, the sound of the whimpering and crying and the clanking of doors, the screaming from nightmares fills their air, but my ears are muted, like I've turned the volume down low, and all I can really hear, all I concentrate on, is the thud 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 of my fist hitting my chest, beating my own heart to death. Stop, I tell it, stop already. I will my brain not to think, and finally it no longer does. I don't think. There's something like a switch that has been hit inside me, and I move and do whatever I'm told. Come here, a guard tells me one day, and I do. He leads me past the room where days ago they asked me questions I barely remember answering, and he delivers me to a back room where days ago a woman with a kind face said she was a lawyer and explained that she found me because of Pequena who somehow survived, who contacted Mama, who contacted my tia in the States, who contacted her. Here, the guard says, handing me some soap, handing me a set of clean clothes. Clean yourself up. They're letting you out today. I look at him, but his face is serious as he points to a door that leads to a room with two shower stalls. I take some soap and clean clothes and do what I'm told. The water hits my bare skin, and I can't remember the last thing I've seen my body. My body, my feet don't feel My feet don't look like my own. My legs are so skinny and bruised. I can't believe they're mine. A part of me wonders whether I'm still made of flesh and bone, or whether parts of my body would detach if I pulled hard enough. When I look down at my chest, I see the deep black blue purple skin over my heart. Across my chest, I press on it, soft and tender, to touch it, and I know it must be the rot of my heart spreading beneath, coming through my flesh. I close my eyes, block it all out. I lather slowly, the soap running brown, the soap turning brown in my hands as I wash off so much dirt. That small bar smells so good. I want to eat it. I press my tongue to it, and it tastes like lotion and roses and beautiful things I forgot existed. I rub it over my head. I fill my ears with bubbles and rub them up and down my arms, across my chest, over my whole body, over and over and over, and still I feel like I will never be clean again, like there is not enough soap to wash away all of this pain, this rot. I think of how things once rotted can never be fixed. Hurry up, comes a call from the other side of the door, and I do what I'm told. I hurry. I rinse and dry and get dressed. The clothes are too big on me, but at least they don't smell. I exit the bathroom, my filthy clothes in my hand, and feel strange, too exposed with layers of dust and dirt. As we walk through the maze of halls, the guard points to the trashman and tells me I can throw my clothes out if I want. I hold on to them tighter. He takes me to another room where someone yells, "Numero," and points to my backpack. I shake my head, not knowing where the paper went. Trying to explain, he gives me a dirty look, but hands me a paper to write down the number. 8640. He looks at it and then disappears to another room. When he comes back, my backpack is in his gloved hand. It looks like an old relic, an unearthed artifact taken from another life. Here you go, the man says, pushing it all toward me. Your whole life, right? A semi-amused look passes across his face. What a life. I stare at my backpack. If I unzip it, will Ray emerge, gun raised in my direction? Will Mama maybe Maybe my father, maybe Chico and Pequena, maybe the sun in Guatemala and the hammock on our patio, maybe Don Feli, hands up to his neck as he lay dying. Every good thing, every bad thing. I nod and grab my backpack. My whole life. Yes. The guard leads me to another part of this building, to a place I've never seen before. And here, in a room, the lawyer waits, and another woman. Hello, Pulga, the lawyer says. The other woman looks nervous, but maybe also familiar. She stares at me, her eyes filling with tears. Do you remember? She says. It takes me a moment to place the face of so many years ago to look at it in real life instead of a photo album. But it's her, my father's sister, my Tia. Tears stream down her face, but my mind and heart are numb, even as I notice the feathers of her face that resemble those of my father I've only seen in pictures. I nod. I see rushes over to me, hugs me tightly, but still I don't feel anything except the pain of her pressed against the rot on my chest. A part of me worries it will spread onto her, and I pull away. You're going to stay with me while we wait for the courts to hear your case. You don't have to be here anymore, okay? I nod as she thanks the lawyer over and over again, who nods and promises me she will do all she can, but their words sound empty in my head. We walk out, and I suddenly remember Nene. I think of him waiting for me to come back from the shower, waiting for me tonight, waiting for me tomorrow, going hungry because I won't be there to give him any of my food. My heart gives a weak quiver, and then we walk outside, where my eyes throb from the brightness. When we get in the car, my father's sister asks me if I'm okay, and I nod. Yes, thank you. My voice is not my voice. It is robotic and cold and doesn't care. I stare out the car window at the building that crushes those it contains, that grinds what little humanity is left in any of us into nothing. Then she is on the phone, in the parking lot, where I can still see the fence and chains around where I was for I don't know how many days, and I hear her say my mother's name, and my heart quivers slightly again. And I hear her say, yes, I'm with him. I am looking at him. Consuelo, he is right here. He's right. I promise you, he's right here. He's alive. She holds the phone to my ear, because I can't reach for it, and for the first time in forever, I hear Mama's voice. Pulga, Pulga, hijo. It's okay. I understand I'm not mad. Te quiero. Do you hear me? Te quiero. Dios mío. You're okay. And Pequeña too. Ah, gracias a Dios. She is sobbing, and her voice is so far away, like she's outside the universe. Even I feel so far away from her, more than ever. Say something, hijo, por favor, hijito. I clutch the phone, not knowing what to say, not knowing what I'm supposed to do. I sit there listening to her voice, listening to her cry, listening to her say my name over and over again, like she's trying to remind me who I am, but I don't know what to say, what to feel. I look at my father's sister, whose eyes are wide, scared, and I have to turn away. I turn back to the window, and my father's sister takes the phone. I hear her assure Mama I am here, that I'm just in some kind of shock, that we will call back soon. She puts the phone to my ear once more, and my mother tells Mama that she loves me, and over again, before my father's sister takes it away. I try to remember feeling loved, feeling real. The car is on, the vents are blowing cold air. We are backing out of the parking space, and then we are driving away. That's when it hits me. Everything, all those days of desperation and holding tight, of fighting and never stopping, all the nights of crying and fearing and starving and not caring, all the sacrificing and dying. It really happened, all of it, to me, to us, to all of those in cages. It happened, and it's finally over. I can finally leave it behind. That's when I feel it, my heart, it explodes. That thing I've been beating to death, that I don't know if I've been trying to kill or survive, shatters. It breaks into a million pieces, the sound, the noise so loud. I hear a great crashing in my ears, like glass, so much glass breaking, and I can't breathe. But then I fill my lungs. I hear it, and I hear it, my heart. I feel it thumping ferociously in my chest, a raw, bleeding, living thing that pumped so hard it shattered and broke free of whatever it had cocooned itself within, steel or metal or glass or scar tissue. From from my chest comes a shriek louder than La Bestia, so long, so loud, it scares my Tia, and she pulls the car over and reaches for me, and holds me and tells me it will be okay. I will be okay. I promise you, Pulga. Vas a estar bien. I promise. That that scream travels from my heart and out of the car, and I hope back to Nene. I hope this heart hears mine. I hope all of them trapped in there hear me, and that they will scream a scream that will break their hearts free too, a scream that will wake our ancestors and send their spirits running through the desert too, save us, a scream that will reach our parents across borders and past locks and gates and through gauges, a scream loud enough to shatter the walls of the detention center and break everyone free, one never-ending scream. My heart thunders in my chest. It shakes and trembles, gasps for air. It reminds me I am alive. It reminds me who I am. It reminds me I want to live, and that maybe I will make it.